Cloud. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with this time. So we're going to put this under our shoulder blades. This is going to help release the stress from our trapezius muscle back there, top of between our shoulder blades. We're going to start kind of with our knees slightly bent and our feet on the ground. This goes underneath the shoulder blades. And then we're going to take our fingers, interlace them, put them behind our neck, and then bring our elbows together. I just learned this from Beth, my physical therapist. And it's really been helping my tightness in my back. So this is what we do, and then you gently lie back. We're just going to start our centering with this, loosening up some of the thoracic vertebrae. So fingers interlaced behind neck, kind of supporting the neck so the neck can release. Elbows are together, and we're taking about 3 deep breaths on that location, and then we'll shift a little bit, maybe to another rib. As long as that roller is near your ribs, it's where we want it for the release. Just find the deep breathing and connect to yourself here. We're opening the heart space, the lung space as well, as loosening up the threads around that upper vertebrae. Long, deep breaths. And then shift a little bit up. A few more deep breaths at this location. Notice the different sensations. Have the intention to release the muscles in your shoulders and neck. And shift again. Mariah agrees. This is such a good stretch. Then we're going to roll down to just before where we started, just under where we started, the lowest rib. Gently release your hands. Just roll onto the side. We'll remove this. And then lie on your back and bring your knees into your chest. From here, we're releasing the low back. Just rock from side to side. Pull in one knee, pull in the other knee. Feel it in your hips and your outer hips. Sometimes sitting can really, really do a number on our low back, hips. And then drop your feet and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Let that feel good. Massage. Explore the glutes. Linger anywhere you want to hold it. If there's a tight spot and it needs release, you can pause. We're just scanning this hip area. So much muscle here and so much tension is held here along with those shoulders. Do one more each side and let it be really slow. If you're following your breath, you let your knees fall. That's an exhale. Bring your knees back up. That's an inhale. Now, hugging the knees in one more time. Notice your connection to your back body, your awareness of it, how it feels, the different sensations. And then from here, we're going to rock back and forth and roll over our shins into our table position. And begin some vinyasa flow, some sunrise flow. When you find yourself here, I always begin with the toe stretch. So just curl the toes under and just come to a kneeling position, rock on those toes, just opening the bottoms of our feet, calling in some energy. There's a lot of meridians, obviously, that end your feet, begin and end your feet. So just saying hello. Then we'll come back to our seated position. Press the tops of your feet down. And then gaze up with your inhale. Let your belly button kind of drop. You can even bend your elbows a little bit to really widen across the chest. And then arch your back towards the ceiling, round it up, especially that place between your shoulder blades. Release your neck completely by drawing your chin in. Inhale. Let it last the whole smooth inhale as your body moves. Exhale. With your inhale, look back at that heel. Doesn't matter which heel, just side bend. Open that space, your side body from hip to rib. And gently switch to the other side. Do one more on each side. Follow your breath. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bend and peek back. Inhale, shifting forward a little bit. Exhale, shifting back as you bend. Come to neutral spine when you're ready. Flattish back, looking down. Press that space between your shoulder blades up. Then curl the toes under and send your sits bones high, downward facing dog. Spread those fingers wide. Pedal out those knees if this is your first one for the day. Let that feel really good to just say hello to the back of your legs. You can have your knees bent as much as you need to. Fingers spread, palms really suction cupped to the mat. Press the shoulders towards your toes. Release the neck. Shape your head a little bit even. And breathe. And look between your hands. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Our low lunge. Maybe we'll grab our blocks for this and linger this first low lunge. So having these blocks support is that right foot is forward, ankle under your knee, and lift the back leg up. That toe can be swiveled underneath the heel. And breathe. Feel supported here. Feel rooted. You're rooted through all 4 points into the earth. Gaze can be just ahead of the foot or forward. If you shift it forward, you're kind of shifting your torso and getting into that hip flexor a little bit more. More breath here. And step that right foot back, step the left foot forward. Notice the difference in sides. How does this one feel? Let it be more tender if you need to move or shift around or shorten your stance. Find the breath. That slow diaphragmatic breath, pulling it low into your belly, this 3-part breath. We fill our lungs from the bottom up and empty from the top down. Finally tucking in that Uddiyana Bandha, our belly button in, energy lock, engaging it with every breath. Gently drop that right knee, send the left knee back, move the blocks aside. And then just coming into puppy pose, just to open up side body. Breathe. Our lats are getting opened on our rib cage. Then gently shift our weight forward back into that downward facing dog. Have it open more. How did this one feel? Eventually come to stillness and begin our flow. You step the right foot forward, pause, step the left foot forward into your fold, press on the shins, flat the back, peek up, and then round. Fold into yourself, find opposite elbows and just sway from side to side, opening up the back, the hips. Let that feel good. Breathe. And then gently press on the hips, come all the way up, flatten that back, arms overhead, tuck the tail under. Bring the hands down in front of your chest. It's a beautiful place for an intention. Feel connected to yourself. How do you want to feel at the end of your class today? Breathe. And circle the arms up. Side bend to the right. Stick the left hip out. Maybe wrap that right arm behind. And then come all the way. Circle arms. Windmill them. Over to the other side as you exhale here. Come back through center lift. And then swan dive, lead with that chest forward. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back first, and right. Shift your weight forward and lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale to upward facing dog. We'll linger in this first up dog. Back bend, maybe look from side to side, gently opening the neck. Just slow. Press the tops of your feet down. Curl the toes under, then downward facing dog. Breathe. And step that left foot forward. Pause. Right foot forward. Peek up. Exhale, fold in. Can't resist the twist here. Left fingers down, right fingers up. There's always so much to learn in that hip right here. It feels so intense. And wrap your right arm behind, gaze up. Arm lifts, switch sides. Just a little bit of pressure in those down fingertips, not a whole lot of weight. Use your core. Reach, reach, reach. And then wrap. Use some leverage. Open the shoulder. Arm back up. And then roll all the way up. Arm circle. Right into the side bend as you exhale, following our breath here. Inhale, we open. Back bend. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold into yourself. Hug the back of your legs. Inhale, peek forward. And step the right foot back. Pause. Step the left foot back. Shifting the weight forward. Chaturanga. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Send the right heel high. Open up this time. Point the knee towards the ceiling. Shift your weight. Circle things. Maybe move the knee around. Heel up. Hips pointed towards the ground. Then squeeze the knee in towards your chin. Round your back. Feel the engagement of your belly. And inhale it, lift. And set it down, send the left foot high, open, bend, swirl, move the knee, whatever feels good here. And then kick the heel high again, straighten the leg. Exhale, squeeze mindfully, knee to chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, set it down. Take a breath here. Starting to feel that heat in our upper body. And look forward, step the right foot forward, pause. Step the left foot forward and fold in. Inhale, gently roll. Exhale, bend to the side. Following the slow breath. Inhale up. Open. Exhale over. Feel good. Inhale up. And then lead with your heart. Holding forward, hug in. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, right foot back. Step the left foot back. Shifting our weight forward. More down. Inhale up. Exhale back. We'll send that right heel high with your inhale. Exhale, gently squeeze. Nose, knee. Inhale, lift. Then exhale, just come into a plank. Drop that right foot on top of the left foot. Right arm lifts. And then right hand down. Downward facing dog. Send the left foot high. Squeeze that knee in. Inhale, lift. And drop that foot on top of the other one. Lift your left arm up. Left hand down. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Look forward, step that right foot up, left foot forward. We'll do that twist one more time. Maybe starting with the right fingertips down and the right knee a lot. Left arm will lift and leave your arm lifted or wrap it behind your back. Left hand down, right arm lifts. And that hand comes down, and we peek up. We're going to come into our chair position here, starting to build some heat in our lower body. I'm going to use a block between my knees today. My feet are about hip distance apart or so. I need a block between my knees and then shifting so that my tailbone is like driving down, not necessarily back, but driving down, and I can see my toes yet. Tucking the tail under a little bit, tilting that pelvis, engaging the low belly, pulling up on the pelvic floor, and then my arms go up. Breathe. Taking a touch lower with the whole body, squeezing my inner thighs together. If you're not using a block, you can always bring your big toes together and squeeze your knees. An open twist, right arm back. Gaze follows. And come back up. Open to the other side. And back up. I'm going to lower down into half chair. Reach your arms back. And your toes, strong toes, heels up. And lower, come all the way up. Open. And then dive into yourself, move the block. Inhale, peek up, noticing how your body is feeling much more open. Step left foot back, shift forward, squeeze the elbows in as you lower part way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. And then lift your right heel with an inhale. I'm going to squeeze that knee in towards our chin and plant the foot. Starting in this lunge is so beautiful. We're going to pivot from here into warrior one. So inch that right foot over to the right an inch or two, and then pivot and plant the back heel. Press into the outer edge of that back foot as you rise. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull that left foot hip forward. We're working on bringing our hips square to the front. So move your stance around as much as you need to, maybe shorten it a little bit, making sure the knee does not go over the ankle if you can avoid that. Arms then up. Breathe. One more good breath here. Sink a little lower. Then inch that foot aligned with your back foot. Then arms open to a T, warrior two. So the front heel is aligned with the back arch. Nice flat back foot. Press into the back foot too. Sink a little lower. You might widen your stance by inching the right toes forward. Then inch the right toes out to the side. Come into the ball of the back foot. Palms in front or twisting. Lift that left elbow outside of the right knee. Gaze up. You can always drop the back knee if you need to. Wrap that right arm behind, left arm lifts up. One of my favorites. Reverse revolve crescent. And cartwheel the hands down on either side that foot. Send the right foot high, three-legged dog. And step that foot down. Breathe. Notice the difference in your legs. And we'll send our left heel high. Squeeze that knee towards your nose. Set the foot between your hands. Just pause for a moment. Opening the right hip flexor, right quad. And inch that left foot over to the left to touch. Pivot and plant the back foot. We're going to come up, hands on hips. Pivot that right hip forward, left hip back, but still maintaining the back foot surface. It's connected to the ground. The outer edge is still pressing down. This front knee can lean in now and then arms overhead. Working on the knee over the ankle. Tracking towards your third or fourth toe. You can spread all of your toes. Breathe. And we're going to inch that left foot so it's aligned with the right as we open the arms to that warrior two. Maybe widen the stance, sink lower. Working on making that thigh parallel with the ground eventually. Press in the outer edge of the back foot. Squeeze your shoulders together, but let your knee, let your shoulders drop away from your ears, not your elbows. Then inch that left toe back over to the left. Come to facing forward by pivoting on the ball of the back foot. Then bring your palms together and hook that elbow outside the knee for twisting towards your left. Prayer twist. Right elbow outside of left knee. Strong back leg. Then gently lift your torso, left arm behind, right arm reaches up. Open the side. And cartwheel the hands down. Sweet relief. Left foot lifts. Drop that foot. Take a breath here. And look between your hands. Step the right foot forward. Pause just for a second. And step the left foot up. Peek up. Exhale, fold in. Maybe bend your knees a lot with this one and really hug down into yourself. That crown getting closer and closer to the ground. Gently straightening the legs, spread the toes. Neck is still released, face and scalp relaxed. And from here, we're going to pivot into that chair pose, anchoring us at the beginning of that flow. You can use the block or use the toes. This time I'll use my toes. Big toes together, heels apart. So the kind of the outer edges are a bit parallel with each other. And then squeezing my knees together, pivoting my torso up. Squeezing inner thighs, tucking tail, belly in. Shoulders down. Arms lifted and engaged. Open the twist. Then we're going to do prayer twist from here. So we're sinking down, palms together, left elbow hooks outside of the right knee. Deepening the twist. And then back up to chair, arms lift. Open the twist. Couple breaths here. Palms together. And twist. Elbow outside the knee, tail down, close to the earth. And come all the way up. Open. And swan dive in. Peek up. We're going to flatten the back, preparing it for the chaturanga. We'll step our feet back to the top of that plank. Elbows in lower, mindfully. Inhale, up dog. Bending your way up. Exhale, down dog. Invert. And breathe. We'll do that flow, but we'll not linger in each pose. We'll add on to the end with some slow poses. So lift that right heel high. Step that foot forward. Pause in the lunge. Then pivot and plant the back foot, coming up to warrior one. Sink in, feel it completely. And then open to warrior two. Sink in, feel it completely. And then prayer twist. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Pivot around, left elbow outside of your knee. And then coming up with our torso, right arm behind, left arm lift. Then pivot and plant the back foot, straighten the right leg, sky archer. Pull that right wrist, open the side. And bend back into that knee for side angle. Widen your stance a little bit. Just swing that left arm up around your ear, pinky down, thumb up. Not a lot of weight here, maybe your block. The block to support that hand. Then from here, coming up into star position, arms lift. Then bring your palms together. Sorry, my back is to you. But then shift your weight towards that left leg, Skandasana. Straighten the right, lift the right toes up. You bring your fingertips down as you lunge low and give that your thigh if you like. Pausing here. And walk your hands forward. Drop the back knee. Left hand down, right arm lifts. One more twist here. Then both hands down. Step that right foot high into a three-legged dog. Place that foot down. Breathe. Left foot lifts. Squeeze that knee in towards your nose as you place it in between your hands and pause for the lunge. And pivot and plant the back foot. Warrior one. And open to warrior two. And then pivot under the ball of the back foot, palms press, right elbow outside of the left knee. Twist. Left arm behind, right arm lifts. Pivot and plant the back foot, straighten that left leg, sky arch, or pull on that left hand. Open. And gently lunge back, maybe even widening the stance a little bit. Side ankle. Use the block. Nice and strong. Knee over ankle, wrist under shoulder, left pinky, no, right pinky down, left pinky up. And come all the way up into star. Open, gaze up. And Skandasana towards the back of your mat. You're lunging low into that right leg, left leg, straightening toes towards the ceiling, fingers down or palms pressed. Opening from that inner thigh. Walk your hands forward. Drop that right knee and the right palm is inside that left foot. Left arm lifts. And both hands down. Step that left heel high, three-legged dog. And then downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to drop to our knees, puppy pose. Tried this earlier. You can press the tops of your feet down. Keep your hips over your knees and reach those arms out in front. Find your breath, connect with it. And then gently come up and come to seated. Your legs out in front. We're going to do some wide leg forward folding. So you can come to the long edge of your mat or wherever you are. It doesn't matter where, as long as you can see a little bit. You're going to spread those feet out wide so the toes can still flex up. Doesn't matter how wide they are. And then work on straightening that spine. Reach the crown up. Reach those sits bones into the earth. And breathe. And then begin to fold forward. At first with a flat back. Pull yourself down, grab onto your legs, underneath your calves or your knees, holding yourself a little bit, and then round. When you can't fold anymore, you might find big toes with your peace fingers. Release the back of your neck, pull yourself down. If you'd rather walk your hands out in front, do that as well. Shoulders are down, but your biceps can be engaged if you're pulling. These thighs can be engaged. Toes can be flexed, belly in. Surrender that neck. And then gently release. We're going to pull that right knee in. Plant the sole of that foot to the inner thigh, the left side. Reach that left arm down the left leg, and then reach the right arm up. Pull on that ankle or your calf, or use a strap around your foot. Notice that right arm is up. Maybe it's reaching over, but gazing up towards the ceiling. Not too much tension in the shoulders. We just want to open the side here. Getting into the rib area in the back too. Breathe deep. And look down if that's easier on your neck. And then eventually bring that right hand down to meet the left. Kind of square your torso over this left leg and fold over the leg, focusing now on the back of the leg instead of your side body. And then gently come up. Extend the right leg out, and the left foot in. Tuck it to the inside of that inner thigh. And your arms up. Reach that right arm down that right leg. Then gaze up, reaching that left arm up, really opening from hip to armpit. That right leg can be engaged and flexed. Keep pulling with this right bicep with the shoulders relaxed. Breathe. And then gently bring that left arm to meet. Square your torso over that right extended leg and then fold around forward. Flex the right toes, engage the leg, and then engage your biceps. We're opening the hamstrings and the calf. And breathing. And gently release. We're going to come down to just briefly lying on our tummy, just to get those erector muscles again, learning how important it is to strengthen our back, since sometimes we're hunched over a computer or looking down at our phone so much. So kind of like Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders, press that top of your back up, engage the back muscles, the ones along your spine in the mid back, the low back. And we're going to lower our chest a little bit and lift our hands up. You can gaze down, release the neck a little bit. Like the toes, maybe engage the legs. Just a couple more breaths here. And then hands down, you're going to roll onto your back. Pull the knees into your chest. Rock that back a little bit. And then send your feet high to the sky. Flex the toes, so it's like you're pressing the soles of your feet on the ceiling. Palms down, maybe eat your thumbs or under your hips a little bit. Go into the flat parts of your shoulder blades. And then gently let your feet lower. You can glue those legs together. Let it be super slow. Try to keep your low back mobilized.
not reaching up too much. And then we're going to come back up. Inhale. Exhale. One more of those. Nice and slow and mindful and challenging. Squeezing the legs. Letting the back not come too far off the mat. You can always come up if it's starting to arch. Just start the ascent. Start bringing your legs up again. Maybe the exhale and the upward is probably better. And then those knees in, release the belly, rock. And plant those feet, heels near your sits bones. We'll do a bridge or so to release the belly. Plant the hands near your hips. Roll on the flat parts of the shoulder blades. And then heels down, toes in a touch. Then lift your hips up. Release the fingers, roll into the tops of your shoulder blades. And then gently release. Knees in. Rock from side to side. Then plant your feet and windshield wiper those knees. Exploring the hips again, giving them a massage, increasing the blood flow there. Loosening up the ball and joint in your hip. Ball and socket joint, rather. And we're preparing for Shavasana now. So when you're ready, any last pose or shape you'd like to take, feel free. Otherwise, lengthen those legs up to the corners of your mat. Turn on the flat parts of your shoulder blades, palms up. Tuck your chin a little bit and completely let go. Settle into this space. Without thinking about what we just did, you can forget everything we just did. Just be present in the sensation you're experiencing right now fully. And start to feel your toes. Notice and be aware of where they are in space. Notice your fingers, where they are. It would feel good to do the overhead stretch with your arms. Do that. Lift your arms overhead. Maybe bring your ankles together, point your toes. Yawn. Yawning is energizing and it's relaxing for your nervous system. So even in the day, if you're feeling a little stressed, you can just yawn. Kind of break that state, come back into the present moment and be more relaxed. When you're ready, you can rock onto your favorite side in the fetal position. Transitioning out of this practice, but reflecting first. How are you feeling right now? How is the quality of your breath naturally right now? What state or emotions do you have? When you're ready, press up. Bring the palms together, tucking your chin. Does that feel good? That heart space in me honors the heart space and the breath in you. Namaste. So lovely connecting with you.